Hello, everyone. This is Christine Buslayman here to help a Sista out. And
Nadine Jordan, her sister, she's helping out.
so, as you can tell, we're in the same room today
Yes.
because my sister asked if I could join her today at one of her Kaiser appointments, which I'll have her give you the background on that first. Yeah, so just
Yes, so today, I asked Kaiser I wanted to get on Ozempic. They have a couple of obstacles. They don't just make you an appointment with a doctor to do that. So I had to do a group Zoom class where I heard about healthy options for living. And then a month later, they booked me the appointment, which was today, with actually a nurse practitioner. And again, did not get Ozempic as a result. So she asked me a bunch of questions about my health, and she weighed me. We know my fat index, what is it called?
body,
BMI.
yeah, BMI,
All
and
that good
they
stuff.
did the body scan with
Yeah.
the fat percentage and the muscle
Yes.
mass and all that. And
So the long story short is she suggested 3 different types of oral medication, because I guess Ozempic is a shot, an injectable, they call it. And they don't go that route first. So you have to try the other options first. And that's your last option. And, they asked about, do you have family history of certain types of cancer? I think thyroid cancer, but there was a very specific name of one.
yeah, they said if you have medullary thyroid cancer in the family, that
Yeah.
they actually will not prescribe Ozempic or Wegovy, which
Right.
they're pretty much the same.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you might actually develop cancer
Yeah.
by taking the drug. So, so really what we came away with is now I'm going to get a prescription for 2 things.
Oh yeah.
What are
So
they called?
basically 2 of the options that they gave you, one of them, let me see my notes here, was phentermine plus Topamax, but
Mhm.
you would have to get an EKG first before they could approve that one. So that one I'm like, ooh, I remember that as like the speed type diet weight loss
Yeah.
pill from back in the day.
Yeah.
But I guess with that mix, that's an approved one. There was another one, Orlistat Ally, which
I
you
tried
said
it. Yeah.
that one could cause loose
Yeah.
stools because of like if you don't, eat low fat, then it can give you really loose
And that one
stools.
was the over-the-counter version.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried that once. I didn't like it. It was not good.
Yeah. And then the Wellbutrin plus naltrexone was the option that you decided was maybe the one to try.
Yeah.
The Wellbutrin is also like a mood enhancer, but it also helps to curb appetite.
Mhm.
And I guess mixed with the naltrexone, that's like the approved combo, like a diet weight loss appetite suppressant type thing. So
Do you remember what she kind of said each one was really good for? Like which one does what? Which one does what
she didn't
kind
go into all the details,
Yeah.
but I think the one that seemed the safest was not having to do an EKG to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So anyway, so I kind of went as like I don't know if I want to say objective, because of course I have my opinions about all this, but I wanted to hear kind of like the process and what they say, and also let you hear like all the options.
Yeah.
And this is, in the middle of our episodes of what we were trying to start, which
Weight loss.
the Ozempic idea came on before she called me to help her. And then I just happened to be in the middle of helping her when she had the appointment. So
Remember we talked about the things that you said, the natural alternatives to Ozempic that we were talking about this morning. What were some of those?
So basically the way Ozempic works is it stimulates a protein peptide called GLP-1, which is released when you eat, which is supposed to help kind of with satiety and keeping you, your blood sugar is balanced. So there are, there's more and more research all the time coming out about maybe natural ways to stimulate that GLP-1, which is what Ozempic and Wegovy do. That's what they stimulate the production of. One of them is fiber. I mean, it's not boring stuff. It's not exciting like a pill, magic pill, but fiber, because it does, feed the good bacteria, which then help to produce that GLP-1. And plus fiber keeps you full and satiated between meals, can also help with like not eating as much. Protein, another non-sexy item. But when you eat a lot of protein, that also, in your meals helps to balance your blood sugars and also helps to promote that GLP-1. And then some other things, probiotics, there's a specific strain of probiotics. The main one is Akkermansia. And there are some supplement companies that have that product and some more reputable than others. I'm sure everyone's going to jump on there and have, a product now that has that because of the new research coming out. And then some herbals, they don't all have tons of research, but some herbals like berberine or green tea or curcumin, couple different things. So those are all natural ways to produce it. Of course, it's not going to be as quick of an effect maybe as the Wegovy or the other, Wegovy or Ozempic. Those are the two that are on the market right now. But she, the nurse practitioner even said, like, we don't go there right away because there are more side effects with those. So they kind of want to see if this first line of the oral options, if that will work. But she did say that it's not just a pill, that what is it? It's a whole thing. It's a diet, lifestyle. They even have you, once you agree to this, they want you to sign up for classes, right?
Yeah, like once a week classes for a year.
Oh,
I think I was looking through the paperwork, and I think 6 months as group classes and, once a week, and that could be Zoom. And then the next 6 months with a one-on-one coach, that could also be Zoom. So I think that's good. I mean, it seems like painful, like when I just want to be 100 pounds less like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So all this like slow emotions stuff.
I know.
But I understand, because you even said that it harms your organs if you go fast.
Yeah,
right?
if you lose weight too quickly, you're going to lose your lean muscle mass, and it's also not good on your heart. I mean, there's so many things. And of course, most quick diets, quick fixes, quick weight loss is usually not sustainable. And usually you gain the weight back and then some. So you're kind of like, if you're not getting the foundational things going, then anything, like nothing's going to work, you know?
Yeah.
So basically, I know that this is kind of like we inserted this Ozempic, Wegovy episode because I went with you today to the appointment, but I also wanted to get a quick, like maybe 2-minute update on like, how have you done this past week? Because I know this is like, this is our 3rd episode, but your 2nd full week, right?
Yes.
Of doing it. So like what happened this last week? Because
So
I didn't see any updates. The Google Doc was empty.
When we started, I was so excited. So in the first 3 days, I lost 5 pounds, because that's what I do. I get excited, I focus, I get it done. And then I had one bad day where I ate something sweet, and the next morning I didn't lose any weight. And then the next day I ate another thing that was sweet, and I actually gained a pound. So everything I did good went back in reverse, back to 0. So we're back at square one. I know what I did wrong. I stayed up late, and by staying up late, I ate more. So that's always bad. I think the first 3 days I slept early and I really observed the fasting time. In fact, on one of those days when I fasted 15 hours, I actually got my period, which I haven't gotten in like 6 months.
Yeah, that was
So I don't know if that's connected or not, but it could be, because, the inflammation gave my body a chance to rest. And so really what I would like to do now is, you and I ordered some stuff for me this morning.
Yeah.
And then later in the afternoon, we went to this Ozempic appointment, which ended up being a non-Ozempic appointment. But what are we kind of thinking of doing? So the things are going to come in the mail.
Okay.
They're all natural and herbal. So we're going to do a faux Ozempic the natural way that we're doing.
So it's not what I want to do.
Faux Ozempic.
Oh my, we're doing a Faux-zempic. That's exactly, okay, Faux-zempic.
But all with natural things. Right?
Yes.
So what are we doing?
So we're going to go back to the basics, and I don't want you to think that 1 or 2 days of like messing up, like that you failed, because you did a whole week of observing what we talked about. And even if you do 80-20, like, like some days you are going to sleep later than you plan to, and you're going to eat later than you plan to. Doesn't mean you have to kill yourself the next day. That's fine. So just have more good days than bad. And I don't want to say good and bad, because it's not a bad day. More focused day than others, and, get right back on it, So I think basically, I know you want to hear something new, but I'm just going to be repetitive and just say, let's make sure that you're having enough fiber and protein at all your meals. Definitely fiber and protein and good fats at all your meals. Have some carbs, not overdoing it. And of course, if you can cut out sugary drinks.
So,
And
so I'm 228. They weighed me today. I'm 228 pounds, which isn't a surprise. My BMI is 39.2. I'm 5'4". Blood pressure is fine. What can I do, like, as far as, and they said and I think it was just a form paper that they gave us. It wasn't like a tailored plan for myself, but it said 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day. Is that kind of unrealistic for me right now, being 228, 5'4"? Is that, I mean, what would you say?
I don't know. I don't like to really count calories. I think
Yeah.
let's focus more on like what foods you're actually eating.
Yeah.
And I think when you are going to have enough protein and healthy fat and fiber in your meals, you're going to naturally eat less, but you're going to be eating more healthy foods. So
Right.
that GLP-1 will be produced because those three
Yeah.
things help to produce that hormone to help you like kind of balance your sugar. And so yeah, so I think let's focus on your meals, having those foods in abundance.
Okay.
And maybe just, slightly less on the carbs. And
So let's say for breakfast, I have eggs. Would
Mhm.
you say 2 eggs? Would you say with butter and or oil? Would you say boiled? What would you say? What would be like
I
a
think eggs,
egg
however
breakfast?
you like it. If you like it hard boiled, if you like it scrambled, that's fine. Adding some healthy fat with that. If you like to cook with coconut oil, you
Yeah.
can, or olive oil or avocado oil. You can have 2 if 2 is satisfying for you. But then that's still not going to be enough protein. So we want to
For
probably,
the morning, because the morning
Yeah.
should be more protein
so I
than
think
that.
20 to 30 grams of protein is a
Okay.
good place to start.
So what could be additional protein instead of having 3 or 4 or 5 eggs?
Yeah.
For breakfast.
You
Well,
can
let me get
have
2 eggs,
a
let's say.
tablespoon or 2 of a nut butter
Okay.
with, either a piece of, half an apple sliced
Oh.
up. That could be fiber, but then also some more protein there,
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
try not to snack in between meals unless you absolutely are hungry and have to. And then, I think giving your body that time to rest and digest at dinner time till the next morning
Yeah.
is going to be really important too.
Okay.
You
And
know?
what would we say about the apple cider vinegar before the meals?
Yeah,
Like
so
a
that
cup,
is something that you can definitely, most people have that at home.
Yeah.
That's something that can help kind of get your digestive juices ready and flowing for when you eat your meals. And it also has been shown to help with some weight loss.
Okay.
So that can be something that's simple. It's like 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in 2 ounces of water, which is like a 1/4 cup.
Okay.
And you sip on that or chug it or however you want to drink it, like 10 to 15 minutes before all of your meals.
Okay.
Because most of us, as
Yeah.
we get older, our digestive enzymes kind of go down and
Yeah.
our pancreatic elastase goes down, which means our digestion's a little bit not as optimal as it can be. So that's just one at-home way to do it.
Okay. And
And
what are some fat burning drinks that you can have during the day that aren't overly caffeinated? That, like, let's say I don't want to have a lot of coffee all day long, but I'm working at my desk at my computer for 8 to 10 hours a day.
yeah,
I don't want to snack between breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I want to
I
have
think green tea
liquids.
is good for like balancing your blood sugar levels like throughout the day. So I think
Okay.
that would be, and it's high in antioxidants. So
Okay.
if you want to make a strong green tea drink and then drink it iced and sip on that throughout the day, or at least with meals.
Non-caffeinated, like decaf?
I don't like too much caffeine in a day for me personally.
Yeah.
If you can handle the caffeine in it, that's fine. If not, there's always decaf green tea
Okay.
options. So I think that can be with like a squeeze of lemon.
Okay.
That can be a really good
Without sugar,
antioxidant
without
rich.
honey, just
Yeah.
keep it straight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it actually, when it's iced and it has lemon, you don't need the sugar. I feel
Okay.
like sometimes
Like
when
an
it's
iced tea,
hot, it
right?
tastes a little bitter and you
Yeah.
kind of like want something else with it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think water and green tea, either hot or iced, would probably be my go-tos for the day.
And would you say is like have 5 p.m. be your last meal and be done by 6?
I
eating?
think that depends on your schedule and how early you wake up. And,
Yeah.
like if you are a very early riser, which I think you kind of are, or not always.
7:30,
Yeah.
8.
I don't like to wait
Yeah.
like more than an hour or 2 after I wake up to eat. So
Yeah.
that's where I kind of time my,
Yeah.
on the weekends I sleep in. So I can eat a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I think just maybe not eating and going straight to bed. So at least having an hour or 2 before bedtime. But the exact time, I don't think matters so much,
Okay. And what about 10,000 steps a day?
I mean, that
What do
would
you
be a
think?
great goal, but from going from like, we haven't
No
really
steps.
checked, what you're like, just walking around the house and
Not
stuff
much,
is.
yeah,
Okay.
0.
Do you
We're
have a
gonna-
watch where you can do that?
We're gonna count tomorrow as the first day again, and we're gonna start fresh tomorrow.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna pretend nothing happened
Yes.
and we're just gonna start tomorrow.
That,
because,
but I
yeah.
would like to know what your average is, just moseying around the house. It
Nothing.
might be 1,000 a
Nothing.
day. It might be,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever. We'll
Yeah.
see. But I think if you don't have a step counter,
Mm-hmm.
or if you just don't want to use that right now,
Mhm.
let's focus on maybe like, because we didn't really get to that movement goal that we talked about originally.
Yeah.
So what's a realistic? I know we started off with 3 times a day. Like, let's start with a realistic one.
Okay. I have a bicycle. That you see,
Realistic-
look at the bicycle behind you that has the pillows
pillow
on
on it? Yeah.
now. Well, the realistic thing is I watch too much TV at night because my husband likes to watch TV. I'm going to blame him. So I think the realistic goal is, since I'm going to watch a minimum of 2 hours with him
Okay.
before we sleep,
Okay.
I could say to myself, one of those hours
Hour
has to be on the
or
bike.
30
It doesn't
minutes?
have to be like continuous
But can we say
motion.
30 minutes of motion?
We could.
Let's do that. You could do 15
Okay.
minutes, take a break, do another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
We could do that.
30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And then,
And then move forward. from
yeah,
there.
let's do that for,
Okay.
this week, let's
Yeah.
make it a 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Bike or walk, you
Okay.
pick. So if you're not watching
I mean,
TV,
if we,
or-
if we don't leave the house,
Yeah.
that thing is there.
yeah,
right?
that's what
So I
I'm
could
saying.
do-
Yeah. So
So-
30 minutes a day.
Right.
Let's start with that.
Okay.
Is 30 too much? Do you
No.
want to do 15?
No, we could do 30 because if I can watch 2 hours of TV, I could do 30 minutes.
And it
of
could be
bike
30,
facing the TV.
and it could be 30 total. So
Yeah.
15, take a 15-minute break, another
Yeah.
15 or whatever,
Yeah.
15, you know, like you don't have to sit there for
Yeah.
30 minutes straight.
Yeah,
All right.
that's true.
So I think that's enough for now because I don't want this video to be too long,
Okay.
but let's regroup
So,
in a week.
Yes, so I'm gonna get that prescription for the thing that that I'm gonna
So you're
try.
going to do it? I didn't really ask you
I'm gonna
officially.
get the prescription. I'm not gonna start it yet. I'm gonna do 1 week of what we're
Lifestyle.
talking about. And then when the stuff we ordered in the mail that's herbal
Mhm.
comes in, that'll be next week. So I'll
Mhm.
put off actually taking the prescription. I'll put it off for 2 weeks.
Okay.
This week with
Okay.
whatever we have,
So
next
next-
week with all the stuff that comes in the mail that's
So
natural and
next week
herbal.
we'll unbox what we
We'll
ordered. We'll give you all the deets.
Yes.
And we'll have an update on the baseline
Yes.
stuff. All right.
Yeah,
And I-
because if we can do it naturally and I can do it in a way that I have no side effects from any drug that's in my body that's gonna do something else that's wrong.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Yes.
But at the same time, I want fast results, but I know fast results are not
Yeah.
the way to go. So it's a balancing act.
Yeah. Yeah. Because how many years
I
have
know.
you been slowly
I mean,
getting to where you are today?
oof. I mean,
How many years? Let's just say.
Okay, so 8 years ago, I was 175. I remember that because I remember where I was living. I had just moved somewhere. I
Okay.
was 175 and I knew that was already in my mind overweight for
Mhm.
my size. So in my mind, I was supposed to be 150.
So let's just talk about that.
Yeah, but when I was 175, I fit into size 10, between 10, 9, 10 and 11, 12, which is weird, but it's just the way everything is distributed when it was that size,
Yeah.
right? So I could fit kind of, let's say 11, 12 was a good size for me that I fit into well at that weight. So basically I've gained more than 50 pounds.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
but it's been 7
In 8
years.
years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah, 50
So,
pounds in 8 years.
so 2 weeks.
Okay.
We did, you know,
All right.
give me a 6-month mark. Give me a 3-month. Give me a month.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean, if I could lose a pound, we're back to that, which I don't believe. But yeah, let me just last commentary, and then you can think about it and give me a good answer for the next time.
Okay.
You don't have to have the answer now. The reason I don't like 1 pound a week, I'll be truthful, is it's easy to lose and gain a pound.
That's why you don't weigh yourself daily.
No, I know, but it's hard to continue downwards.
Yeah,
You
but-
know what I mean? Like gain, lose, gain. Like
but
that's why I feel like you
Old
need to
school
bump
mentality-
out with 3 or 4 pounds. That way, if you gain one back,
yeah.
you've also got those 2 or
But
3.
we've only now, like today, we're really running out of time.
Yeah.
We have just talked about mainly food, right? Diet, which is huge. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And then we talked a little bit about movement.
Yeah.
But there's like huge other things that we'll talk about later, sleep and stress, because
Yeah.
those, if they're not on point, that
Right.
causes inflammatory fat that's just
Yeah.
held onto and not, your body's like, no,
Yeah. Exactly.
So we'll unbox the supplements next
Yes.
week and talk
Okay.
about those things, sleep
good.
and
And I will
and
start my
stress.
journal from scratch tomorrow.
Don't delete
We'll-
anything, no scratch,
I will
just
delete it.
you know.
I just will not acknowledge the bad days
Yeah,
that I
just-
didn't
yeah.
write anything.
Yeah,
We'll just-
and then
I
we'll-
will start with my
And then
mic
next week
pressure.
we'll talk a little bit more about the fasting,
Yes.
times and all that good stuff.
Yes.
All right.
And we'll also talk about
Gonna be, okay.
also talk about what you could drink that will cut your appetite.
You're still back on that.
Cut your appetite.
Did you hear how I
Cut your
kind of like
appetite.
avoided your like fat burning drink question?
Forget fat burning drink. Something that you can drink that has no calories that will
Water. You're not drinking enough
cut
water.
your appetite. Like if you're like, oh my God, I want
You
to
know
munch
what?
on something.
You told the
That's
lady
it.
today that you drink 24 ounces of water a day.
Yeah.
Is that true? Every single day?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so
is.
that's
It is. I
half
drink
of, that's half of what you need to be
Yeah.
drinking. So that, we'll add that to that,
Okay.
that to that.
That's to that.
Drink water,
That's to that.
okay?
Yes. Will do.
All right,
right.
till next
Till
time.
next time.
All righty.
Bye.